Welcome to
The Virgin
and the Whore
and the Virgin
and the Whore.
Right. Go.
So we got two whores, two virgins.
yeah.
Right.
But big bold intro. What the fuck are we doing today? Why
We
here?
are listening to Coheed and Cambria's album, The Afterman Ascension, part 1 of 2 duo concept albums.
Right. Very good. I'm looking forward to it. I don't know what the fuck's going on, but
It's exciting
why?
because it's one of my favourite albums of all time. Well, both are. Both albums as a combination are. They're gorgeous.
Why?
The concept.
Don't talk with your mouth like the hand. And...
Oh, fuck off!
Why are you nervous?
I'm not nervous.
What,
Yeah, it's the first time I've done my album.
You're talking to a camera.
Right, hi camera.
You're talking to half a camera with its fucking back hanging off. You're talking to your own SD cards. You're talking to a bit of battery that I brought with me.
A bit of battery.
And you're talking to me about a fucking album.
Right, okay.
That you apparently like, but you're not too sure. Because it's like, well, I think I might like it.
Well, I do like it. I fucking love it. I fucking love this album.
Right.
It's beautiful. Bit of a background on the album, I guess. It's about... The main character is Cyrus Amory. And it's about his journey into... the key work in this comic book universe. The key work is the energy that connects all the planets in that solar system together, and
gravity.
Essentially, but it's like a sort of beam that connects them.
Oh,
it's sci-fi glory, you know. It's far-fetched and it's wonderful. He wants to know why it connects all the planets together and stuff. There are how many planets? There's 78 planets in their solar system.
Right, just to repeat, that's 78 planets in the solar system. Connected together by something called the glory hole. Is that right? Am I right so far?
Yeah.
Right, good.
Keyword, glory hole, it's all the same. He's like a scientist, and he wants to know why the planets are connected, how this energy works.
Right.
And upon his journey into space, and when he reaches like sort of the key work, he starts becoming possessed by these entities, and he figures out that the key work itself is made up of souls of the dead. It's weird. It's wonderful.
Right.
I love it.
So, what I'm looking out for here, I'm looking out for a plot. I'm looking out for some kind of character development.
Yeah.
I'm looking out for some kind of emotional interest.
Yeah.
I'm also looking out for a man who's trying to figure out his own solar system via the use of glory holes, keys, and ghosts.
Yeah.
Right, Ghosty Hole.
Yeah.
Right, we're going to listen to track 1 of Ghosty Hole.
It's called The Hollow, and it is instrumental, mainly.
Instrumental? Mental.
Are we keeping it rolling, or...?
No.
Right, so that was track 1, The Hollow. It's the intro track, and it's mainly like musical. What did you think of it?
Thought it was alright. I thought it was a nice sort of authentic way to start a rock opera. Thought it was quite nice, very mellow. Weird sort of spoken words.
Yeah.
In there, sounded like a transvestite with a voice box, sort of muttering on, going,
"That's fucking wonderful." Hello, I love you. Did you hear it say "Hello, I love you"?
I'll always love you.
No, I am always awake. I'm always awake. It's not fucking Tina Turner.
Yeah,
shit.
well, you know, for an intro, it was appropriately weird. Obviously, very Floyd-esque.
Yeah,
bit of Dream Theater in there as well, but also it was very modern. You know,
yeah.
It was a nice modern way. I'm guessing after this track, though, shit kicks off.
Oh, aye.
In a rapid manner.
Oh, aye. What do you like get from that story-wise? The sort of like robotic voice and stuff. What does that imply to you? And the illustration as well, because we're going to have this on screen as well.
For each track, there's an illustration.
Yeah, every track has got its own illustration. It came with an art book,
right?
That accompanied the album, really.
Well, the lyrics were, "You'll never leave me, will you?" Was it that?
Yeah.
Is he talking to like a ghost?
No.
Is he talking to the glory hole? Is he talking to the glory hole itself?
No.
Okay.
The basic part of this album is he's on his own for the majority of it. Like,
I can appreciate that. I can relate to that.
But he has his spacesuit, so it's like Jarvis from your Iron Man.
Oh,
it
right.
can communicate with him back, so like it keeps a record of his vital signs.
So this is like a consciousness within his robot suit.
Yeah. So it's
Oh, right.
yeah. A little bit more background on the album as well. I forgot to mention earlier. He goes into space against his wife's wishes.
Okay.
His wife doesn't want him to go and explore in space.
Why?
She thinks it's a suicide mission and that he's going to die up there.
So what if it is? It's his choice.
I guess so. Ambition.
Pro-choice.
I want to die with the stars, baby.
I want to die with Jupiter sticking out of my ass.
Matthew Kelly, eat your heart out. He probably does eat his ass out.
He probably... and other people's as well.
I've heard it was children, actually.
Oh, no, he doesn't do kids.
Oh, Matthew Kelly.
Yeah, and if he did, I'd write a fucking opera about it, so just don't worry about it. Right, but, you know, time ticks.
Yeah, as does that track. I think it ticks. I think...
Yeah, there's a certain metronome quality to it.
It reminds me of sort of like opening a jewellery box and the ballerinas there. Do you get me?
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's tinged with a sense of evil and the unknown.
Yeah.
And in a way, I can't wait to see what's coming next.
Mystery
And space and more glory holes, I hope. Right, so what's track 2?
The next track is called Key Entity Extraction 1.
What?
Domino the Destitute.
Say that again for people that can't stand laughing afterwards.
Key Entity Extraction 1.
Right.
Domino the Destitute.
Can't fucking wait.
Right, so we've just listened to Domino the Destitute. What did you think?
Not too bad, really. It was on the poppier side of metal.
Yeah.
Really.
you.
I thought it was interesting. I liked it. It was offbeat. It was quite sort of tatty. I liked the jumpy guitar work. We mentioned his vocal whilst listening to it, but I quite liked it. You know, I quite like the vibrancy of it, the androgynous nature of his shit.
As you said, androgynous. The first album I listened to by Coheed and Cambria, I was genuinely convinced for a long time that it was a woman. And then I saw that he was this big bear with loads of hair, and I was like, "This is incredible." Okay, well,
he's a bear.
He's a big fat bloke with like loads of like curly hair. It's amazing.
Oh.
Do you get a bit of prog rock vibes from it as well?
Yeah, but very proggy. Like I say, I heard a bit of Dream Theater in the introduction track. Definitely carried through here.
Yeah. It's got a weird
very
flow
uncertain.
to it, hasn't it?
It goes
a weird
one
flow,
way,
then another, and then back to the other way.
As far as like the metal genre goes, that's probably more geared towards how you like it. So can't really complain on the old music front, to be honest.
Nice one. What do you think the sort of plot of that track was?
The plot.
Yeah. What do you get from it? Like,
well, a discernible plot was hard to pick out. However, I did get a few lyrics. I'm trying to put the lyrics to the artwork for each track.
Okay.
But I'll tell you one of the lyrics I heard, first of all. We made our beds. Mm-hmm. We're proud of our beds.
We're proud of our beds.
We're proud of making our beds. So, like, we made our beds. Look what I did, Papa.
Yeah.
Something like that. I heard someone trying to order, like, Domino's pizza in the middle. Is that right? Someone was trying...
You mean the monologue where it's like the boxing thing?
Yeah. It was like, okay, hello, sir. Can I get a Domino's? Yeah. 2 for 1 offer.
They just couldn't be asked while they were recording it. They're just like, let's get one in.
They just left the microphone on for too long. So someone was trying to get a pizza on the go.
Amazing.
Also, based on the artwork, I'm guessing that basically this boxer was into bestiality earlier on in his life. Okay, and to
Are you seeing this as a space brothel?
Yeah. Come back. You need to hear this. No.
Right.
Yeah, sort of.
Right, okay.
It's a bit like Game of Thrones. The boxer has been known for like fucking animals and stuff.
Okay, so he's gone through a fox, a bull, a cobra, something behind his glove that's mysterious, and a fucking a dead ram.
Well, no, these are animals getting their own back. Okay. This sort of space brothel was set up by the Cheshire Cat god in the background. Right. He thought he was there to fuck a little load of like swamp rats or whatever. Turns out he's got to try and now face the fox, the bull, the cobra, the ram, and he's also got to contend with the Cheshire Cat god pulling the strings as well.
So is he boxing these forever while they try and get revenge on him?
He's still trying to have sex with these animals, but obviously at times he has to sort of get rid of them.
Oh my god.
So
well, that is amazing that you got that from.
Am I close?
You know where fucking.
Oh right.
Right. The actual story behind this one is Domino is a poor boxer who eventually makes it to fame. And then through power going to his head, through the abuse of like drugs, narcotics,
animals.
Animals. Yeah. He uses a lot of animals on his way up. He ends up at the bottom.
Bet he fucking does.
Well, hey, gets rammed if you know what I mean.
Right, foxhole.
Him and his brother are approached by like a mafia lord, which your Cheshire Cat character probably represents.
Okay.
This mafia lord says to him, "I'll make you rich again. I'll get you back to fame. All you have to do is rob this armoured van." So they arrange
in space.
No, this isn't in space.
Oh right.
They're reliving. Cyrus, the main character, is reliving their past lives as it's recorded in their like sort of spirit in space. Basically, the armoured van.
Is it based on a true story or what?
Well, yeah. Episode 8 of Star Wars, would you believe? Domino goes back to drugs and stuff and commits suicide.
Is that all in this track?
That's all in this track.
All I heard was some bloke making his bed. I'm a bit disappointed.
Oh, and then at the end of the track, you hear the bang. That's literally Cyrus's spaceship exploding from the energy of the like emotion of all this, all the shit that's going on. So he ends up stranded in space with no ship at this current stage in the story.
All I got on the first song was a pizza, an animal space brothel trying to get their revenge.
You know when they're ordering the pizza?
Yeah.
Do you not see like the sort of boxing ring and his sort of like rise to fame and like? Do you sort of get it now a bit? It's sort of like the announcer going like, he's going in the second round, blah 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 blah.
Right. Yeah, I get that.
No anchovies though.
No anchovies.
That was a fucking brilliant impression you got from it. I'm well excited for what's next.
Okay, so what is next?
The next song is The Afterman.
Fuck.
So, we've listened to The Afterman. What did you think?
Yeah, that was actually very, very nice.
Yeah, it's a nice little song, isn't it?
Not exactly metal. I got like a sort of indie chill wave vibe off of that.
Yeah.
It was kept very low key. I liked the clicky guitars. The whole thing was just very, very melodic, very soothing, but mournful. Where is the Afterman? Where's he gone? All that sort of stuff. If he's not here, then where?
First, let's talk the illustration, because the moment I put this track on, you went, "What the fuck is that?" So, what do you think? What do you think this track is about with the illustration and what you gain from the song?
I think this track is about like if like the Little Mermaid was set in a vat of Novocaine. I think that's what it's sort of getting at.
Yeah.
No, obviously she's a mermaid who's sucking the life out of a space ox.
What the fuck?
He's a Warhammer figure, and she's like a Little Mermaid Barbie.
Oh, that's
figurine.
Unbelievable.
Right, go on, come on. It's easy for you to laugh when you know the context.
Yeah, I do know the context, but your impressions are fucking
I
wonderful.
look at that like a really weird McDonald's toy.
They've definitely gone up with a budget with them then. Or maybe you've got to collect the parts.
Yeah.
And like, get a bit of spaghetti to connect it all together.
Builder, what the fuck is this yourself? Your very own, what the fuck is this?
Right.
Go on.
So, this song is from Cyrus's wife's perspective, seeing the spaceship explode in space.
Alright.
If he's not here, then where? The illustration itself, it's like heartbreak.
But she's obviously having an affair with this sort of demon.
You're joking? That's him.
That's him.
That's him in his little spacesuit. Yeah.
Doing what?
He's lost in space, like fucked.
Yeah, but she's connected to him. So where is he? He's stuck to the end of
Her
one of the
heart's
tentacles.
connected to him.
Oh, right.
It's like mourning. It's like shit. He's dead.
Light
Or-
years can't keep us apart, sort of philosophy. Right, nice one. Well, another of the lyrics I heard were the words distressed and unfamiliar. I suppose that's my approach to the plot. in a way, because I'm obviously I'm not getting it on the first go.
Yeah, of course.
And that's fine.
One of the big plot elements is he's going into space to find out what the key work is. The key work is made up of the spirits of the dead, and while he's in space, he gets possessed by spirits, like sequentially. So one will possess him, and then it'll leave him, and then like it'll continue on like that.
Christmas Carol.
Yeah, it's very Christmas Carol.
Okay.
This is what says to me that it's from her perspective. Just this line: when news filtered through of his tragedy, all the walls went up. It's like she becomes withdrawn. She's like distraught. I think that's just my interpretation of it. This song hasn't actually got a defined.
Well, I think what you've said is probably right, given the artwork now.
Yeah.
Given the fact that it's not a Burger King throw out.
Although Burger King would be pretty fucking good if you got something like that in it.
I think Burger King will be proud to make something that looked half as nutritious as that.
Fry it up and put it away. Right, so we're moving on to the next track, which is Mothers of Men.
Mothers of Men. Fucking hell. Coconut John.
So Coconut John, we've just listened to Mothers of Men. What do you think?
I like the music. Again, it's keeping, within my sort of range.
Yeah.
What I can handle in the old earbox.
Yeah.
It felt like it was disciplined without wanting to be.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's what I'm going to try and lead into with the lyrics on this track, because
The harmonies are really nice, aren't they? They're really like unusual.
yeah, I like the harmonies.
Yeah, the sort of
from those harmonies, I sort of got a real sense of camaraderie.
yeah.
Like it's a group or a team or a gang of some kind.
Mm-hmm.
Something like that, because it seems to be about something between the young and the old.
Yeah, I get that completely.
In a way, it reminded me of teenagers off the Black Parade.
Yeah, I can see the sort of.
It's sort of about like maybe even like teenage angst, or it's that line, "We made you mothers, we made you men."
The way I interpret it is completely bizarre. This is the song where I think it's the actual key work itself as a consciousness describing its role in that universe.
Oh.
So
Okay.
it's young and it's old. It's all the souls of the dead young, the dead old, the good, the bad, the ugly. We made you mothers, we made you men. It's the energy that literally keeps this universe alive.
Combines all the life forms.
Or it could be from his wife's perspective, but the mothers we made you men sounds godlike. It sounds like outside of the story in a sense. Another cog in the wheel, just another cog in the wheel and stuff like that. It's like these spirits that are visiting him are just one-offs. It's part of a much bigger picture. That's what it seems to be to me.
Strange. I mean, we've got the lyrics up for this one because I was having trouble, obviously, with my McDonald's references. Personally, I got something about the youth trying to explain to the old why they're old, why they feel in such a way, why they should feel responsible for feeling so full of angst and worry. All that stuff about in your absence, we said would behave.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
So it's like passing down ideologies and morality and stuff like
Yeah,
that. But then also about like the new way of looking at things at the same time.
Absolutely. Saying,
Love that. That's a lovely interpretation.
that's just what I got about we said we'll behave, and they've sort of fucked off. Maybe they've come back. Like, because that we made you mothers, we made you men. I think that's about the children saying to their parents, we made you mothers, we made you men, we made you feel in such a way to have such parental responsibility as well as angst.
Mothers and men. Why is it not mothers and fathers? Why is it? Why is it not? I don't know. Fathers and women. You know. Why specifically mothers, men?
Something to do with the biology of the universe.
I suppose.
What maybe mothers.
Mother Nature.
Yeah, Mother Nature. Maybe matriarchy rules in this particular universe.
Possibly.
And the men are just, don't know, just sperm donors. Maybe
no,
they
that
are.
does not surprise me.
Maybe the men are just like angry
Do you know
cunts.
what? That's going to what we get. The matriarchy.
Does sperm
thing.
link into the next track?
It does. It's
Sorry,
called,
I'll clean that off. Sorry.
It's jizzy lady.
Right.
It's not called Jizzy 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 Lady. It's called Good Night Fair Lady.
Oh,
fair enough, similar.
Very, very similar. Oh, you've got a jizzy face. Fuck it.
Right.
What was that track?
We just listened to Good Night Fair Lady.
Fucking hell, mate.
And what did you think of it?
I thought it was a deceptive little cunt.
Okay, go on.
Basically, because listening to it, really, really peppy,
Yeah.
really joyful.
Mm-hmm.
I was loving it. It's my favourite track so far.
Okay.
Because of that.
Yeah. I've got in my notes very stage show like.
Yeah,
Good
yeah.
evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's like he's standing
of
when the
course.
curtains open.
Yeah, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. So I got like this nice sort of Springsteen arena rock vibe from it.
Okay, lovely.
And nice sort of sunny, nostalgic feeling to it. It's very youthful. And I was thinking in terms of the story, maybe this is the character recollecting his first encounter with his woman. But then, as I say, deceptive because I looked at the artwork, you sort of gave me a little hint of what it was, about a drink being spiked, and then I saw the lyrics. So this makes me think it's actually an evil bastard.
Ah, okay.
Go
You're
on.
close, but there's no cigar there. But I think this will give you the sort of positive.
There's an
vibe.
e-cig though.
There is an e-cig.
That's
It has actually got the warm tone to it.
Yeah.
This is his wife in a bar getting pissed out of her head on her own.
right.
Like, mourning her loss of her husband who she thinks dead in space.
Oh.
Right.
Okay.
A police officer noticed a guy slipping pills into a drink, so he saves her.
Right.
And he becomes her new love interest.
So while husband is sort of doing the rounds in space.
Well, his ship's blown up, hasn't it? She's got news
Yeah.
that his ship's blown up, so she's like, fucking hell, might as well get on with my life, get a bit of trudging in me. Song-wise, I think it's and the theme is lovely. Saving somebody from a dire situation, becoming even more dire.
Right. Turn me over, roll me round. Right.
It's
Like he's trying to resuscitate her.
it's the shoulder to cry on situation. It's shit. How can things get any worse? Oh, you're here. Shit. Either my favourite or second favourite track.
What do you think about Japanese businessmen fighting each other in suits of armour?
Oh, for fuck's sake! It's like I nearly said Independence Day.
Groundhog Day. Groundhog Day, yeah.
Fucking wish it was Independence Day.
I wish it was Groundhog Day. Fucking love Bill Murray.
Similar to when we were reviewing the Radiohead album. This album sort of,
Available to stream on YouTube.
the album zigzags between emotions and like, you know, you're in the dark, then you're in the light, then you're back in the fucking dark again. And it's very applicable to real life in some ways, actually. So, yeah. Anyway, the next track is my either second or first favourite track. I'm always tossing up between two. Just like me women.
Oh,
Slap me women.
Fucking hell, mate. Don't be doing a pun there, mate.
And the next track is called Key Entity Extract 2, Hollywood the Cracked.
I'll try not to.
Hollywood, Hollywood.
So we just listened to Hollywood the Cracked. Either my first favourite song or second, it's tossed all the time, like I said earlier.
It's my favourite so far.
It's wonderful, it's dark, it's crusty, it's rompy, it's
I think the crustiness starts with that sort of piss-stained chains sound
yeah
jangling away.
yeah
Starts off with that, what was it? Second entity identified?
yeah.
So,
This is story wise. This is his second possession.
I got that. From Hollywood,
Yeah,
I assume.
yeah,
Nice little track. Reminded me a lot of Queens of the Stone Age.
yeah. I can see that.
For the second entity, it was much more riveting. She was a joker in the game with that sort
I
of.
love that lyric. She's a few cards short of a full deck. A Joker in the game.
Well,
Fucking
with
wow.
that name as well, the sort of Hollywood split up to mean Holly as in the girl's name.
Yeah.
And then the Joker in the deck and all this sort of strange manic character that the track is giving off.
Yeah.
It's reminded me a bit of Harley Quinn in that way as well. So
Yeah. Psychopath. Complete
It's
psychopath.
really psychotic, and I'm hoping or guessing at least that this character is going to pave the way for him looking into his dark side a little bit more.
I quite like that as a sort of Harley Quinn-esque thing. The actual story behind it is she idolises a celebrity so much that she gets so much plastic surgery to look like the celebrity, but then is deformed by the plastic surgery, so she becomes a psychopath through that.
Well, that explains the artwork then, doesn't it?
It do. She's going to pull the trigger, then the party's over. She literally goes and kills a celebrity to take her place. I found it quite funny, the lyric near the start. Yeah. Fucking a loaded gun.
yeah.
I imagine her, she's that psychotic, she's like ramming a shotgun up her ass. I mean, if she's disfigured, what's she got to lose?
Exactly. Maybe that's why she's cracked.
Well, literally.
Watch her finger. It makes sense with her being called Hollywood that she's trying to get in on that celebrity scene, but to her detriment. Poor girl.
Poor Hollywood.
See, it all comes together in the end.
And another thing I like about this album, or both albums, they comment on things that are relevant today.
Yeah.
You know, you got your plastic surgery, you got your crimes. We've had a Rohypnol, date rape.
Bestiality,
yeah.
Smashing.
Sonic the Hedgehog, episode 6.
Get that spike out my ass. It's actually been quite a good album, to be honest. I was expecting something a little bit more shite.
Thanks.
But it was.
I thought I'd go for a cracker like you did. I thought
got to start strong.
I'd want to surprise you. I'm gonna go for some shit ones in the future though, just purposefully to make you go.
Okay.
How do you listen to this? Anyway, moving on. Next track is Key Entity Extraction 3. Vic the Butcher, also known as Vicky Butch Butch. So, we just listened to Vic the Butcher. Now I'm going to give you a bit of a background, just to sort of start it. He's a military general that commits atrocities and threatens the families of all the soldiers that witnessed his atrocities. So, basically he tries to keep it hidden, what he did at war.
So he's like a space Stalin.
Suppose, yeah.
Okay.
Space Stalin.
Who's flashing the colours at him prematurely?
This is one of the soldiers that stands up to him. He's called Sentry the Defiant. He's standing up for what he believes. He's not letting this guy get away with fucking killing all these people for no reason. It would have gotten away with it if it weren't for those meddling kids.
Didn't love the track. Didn't love it, but
yeah.
I really liked the chorus. It was the most immediate and catchy one on the album so far.
Yeah.
I could happily sing along to that in like some kind of crap Manchester bar for about 4 minutes whilst I'm really pissed. And then I realise what a sweaty twat I look, and I'll stop.
It's the heaviest song on the album so far as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think it needed to be a sort of war-type sounding song.
Yeah, of course. At parts it was very trashy and, thrashy and sonic.
Yeah.
As a track, doesn't really tickle my pickle.
No, it's not one of my favourites either, really. I do like the Baby I'm Bad Company bit, but that's it, really. What do you think how do you think his story concludes? What do you think goes on? I mean, hang your secrets, hang 'em up now.
What, for Cyrus?
No, for Vic the Butcher.
See, this is what I'm not getting with these fucking ghosts, coming into the story. They possess Cyrus.
Yeah.
They tell their own story, or at least have it explained.
I think they they're trying to corrupt him, essentially, with these horrific things they've done, and like saying, "Be like us."
So what? I've got to guess what's happening to Cyrus or to Vic.
Cyrus isn't really present. This is just literally.
This is what I mean. So what's his role in it?
Cyrus's.
It's just to be corrupted.
Cyrus is in space. His role comes more in the second album, I'd say.
This album is about a load of disparate freaks coming to Cyrus, and they see him there in this sort of catatonic, interstellar fucking state.
And they take advantage.
They fill him with their bad energy, and then second album, it's like, right, deal with it, mate. And then he just got to live on with these demons infesting his body.
I'm not going to go on with the second album too much because
I think this band are pretty cruel to their lead character. To have
Funny you should fucking say that, because the next song is the first nice spirit he meets.
Oh, right.
So you timed that really well.
George R.R. Martin says that good and evil don't fight out on the battlefield, they fight out in the human heart.
Ah, okay.
And he's a really big fat person, so I agree. Can I have some of that cider?
Yeah, of course you can.
Right, what do you think of Japanese businessmen fighting each other in suits of armour?
Don't they like buy like shiitake mushrooms though and like love them?
They can buy whatever quality of mushrooms they want. To be honest, I mean they are very rich.
Yeah, I suppose. Right, we'll go on to track 8.
Why not?
Evagria the Faithful.
Okay.
So we'll go on to that.
Evagria the Faithful.
I'll get the.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
This is Evagria the Faithful.
Yes.
Isn't it?
What did you think of the song?
Not too bad.
I like the sort of the changing of the spoons in the background, the sort of metallic.
I'm always looking out for a bit of changing.
Yeah. Everybody's changing and I don't feel the same. I'm sure I made that fucking joke on the last one as well.
Yeah. Right, well that artwork, in a way, reflects how I heard the song, because it's
bewildering.
Bewildering.
Have you been bewildered throughout this album, though?
Somewhat. Yeah. Bit bewildered.
Wait for the fucking second one.
It looks a bit sort of splodgy and cartoony. This track didn't know what it wanted to do with itself in quite a few places, but it reflects the sort of emotional rupture that the character's experiencing. He's going on about this woman who's obviously saved him. I think he's been a bit of a cunt to her, basically, but she's sort of stuck it through. She's there for him through all the hard times, all the dark times. She can help redeem Cyrus in some way.
I suppose
It's a bit. It's like a sort of a eulogy in her honour. He's like, I pulled your tits, I stole your beef slices.
Yeah,
but I love you.
That's the lyric. It's on the fucking screen. But her place is in some other time. It's like he's contemplated being with her. That she's that like sort of spiritually warming. That he's thought, fuck my wife on my planet.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's like he's thought of running off with her. That she's that sort of comforting.
Well, she's got tits for her head.
It's weird that the good spirit.
Yeah.
You don't really see their story in the song or lyrics at all. It's kind of like a comment on the fact that humanity actually focus on the bad side of things as well.
Yeah.
It's like...
I get that. And maybe that's why this portrait looks so ridiculous, in a way.
It just throws you off.
I mean, Casper the Ghost is contemplating, one of the Addams Family, children.
In the corner.
What the fuck is going on?
Obviously it's not explicit in the song at all, but in the like sort of book that accompanies the album, she was a sort of Samaritan in her life. She
I could tell that.
Devoted herself to devoted.
Yeah,
Devoted
I wrote sexy space nun.
Yeah.
If that makes any sense.
But bone on the picture.
Yeah.
It's not she deserves a good bone. It's she dies of bone cancer.
Oh.
She just pops off.
Fuck's sake.
Like, she lives a good life, but she gets a shit end. But her spirit's sort of like left lingering.
But there's always
space.
hope tomorrow.
Oh, will you marrow me?
Oh no. Oh fuck. It's the worst.
Stop being so thoughtful.
That's awful.
I know.
Especially seeing as though it was a pun on the word thoughtful.
I know.
And not thoughtless. Right, final track in it.
Final track.
Thank fuck. Sweating like a prat here.
I can open the window.
Please.
Track 9 we're going on to is called Subtraction. And it's the final track of this album.
Why have you got Minecraft on your fucking computer?
Why not? I've played it once. You never liked Lego, mate. Well, Lego.
I'm 24 years old.
Well, you can suck me dick then. Last track on the album. I think it is a weird way to end an album. Quite sort of morbid and miserable, and
it was about how to teach someone maths, really, wasn't it? Because it's called subtraction. Also,
1 take 1 is none.
Yeah.
1 take 1 is none.
But like, it's a lot to do with the sort of philosophy of maths, because maths. Wait. Wait. With maths, there's no right answer. There's no right answer with maths.
Oh, for fuck's
So look,
sake.
like your word against mine. You gave your all, but you gave it once. So it's sort of like saying how
It's like infinity times 1.
infinity times 1, basically.
So the square root of pi.
One step at a time. That's to do with adding up.
Okay.
Obviously, formulas. They take the time with formulas. We accept, we unaccept, we made up, we're breaking up. That's about sort of bringing sums of numbers together and then dispersing them. You showed us angry, all your love could hide, but we knew you were afraid. It's like, if you don't want to do multiplication, you don't fucking have to.
Get out of the class, mate,
Get
and
out
go
of
and
the
fucking
fucking class.
stand in the corridor.
No, but let's be serious for a minute. This song is clearly about the philosophy of science, isn't it?
Well,
Because
yeah.
the hurt across your face, that's like, you get hit by the teacher and all that sort of
Like
stuff.
Bunsen burner up the arse.
Yeah. No, I feel that for a space opera, this was a very grounded track.
Okay.
There were little sort of touches of sci-fi, like, like...
The little beeps in the background and stuff.
Yeah, I thought that was maybe his spacesuit sort of beeping away as he's sort of floating off into the distance.
Mm-hmm.
The subtraction is obviously him separating himself from her, at least temporarily.
Mm-hmm.
And I felt towards the end it went a little bit self-referential and a little bit meta, saying, "Let it be, I confess, to every song that brought you back." So that's like referring to each entity coming in, singing their verses, spouting their digressions, and he's reflecting on his own problems
Yeah.
through them, in a sense. Through all the people that have visited him, he's learning from their
It's
narratives.
like a sort of maturing journey, isn't it? It's
Yeah, completely, yeah.
in the most bizarre of ways. What do you think of the artwork? Now, I've not really ever paid attention to this one much, but I think that him floating it's like that could be Evagria in the background, and all these little whirlpooly things are, I don't know, maybe where he's viewed through their eyes, kind of thing. I like it. I do like it. It's not one of my favourites.
Well, it's like in Gravity when George Clooney floats off from the rest of them, but it's for their benefit ultimately because of what was it? A lack of supplies, a lack of Nutrigrain bars or something. They didn't have that many Nutrigrain bars.
I've not seen Gravity. I'll be honest.
PVA glue wouldn't hold to the rest of the vessel. He was sniffing it all. He said, "Look, I'll stop sniffing the PVA glue. You need it to fix the craft." Something like that, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I see that as him imagining her. She's not necessarily there
Ah, okay.
because that's not the Evagria that we saw from the previous song.
No, the big heart with the eyeball.
So I see that as some kind of hallucination, some kind of projection.
Possibly like a near-death experience whilst he's sort of floating away,
Yeah, something like that.
sort of space stranded.
I thought the vocal was really, really good.
Really soft in that song.
Soft, but experienced as well. It was
Yeah.
very wistful and croaky in places, and as part of the rock opera construction, it reminded me a bit of Roger Waters'
Okay, cool.
vocal from The Wall. Like I say, grounded. It was a bit like Mumford & Sons on Laughing Gas. It had a certain levity about it
Yeah.
as he was floating off, but grounded in very human dilemmas.
Firstly, what did you think of the whole album, as a disc?
As a disc.
It's hard to follow, plot wise, and I think I added the plot because I thought it was of interest, but if you just listen to it as tracks, I think it's got its up points and its down points.
On the musical level, it's definitely varied to its detriment at times. I think with rock operas, though, they do have to be very, very different with each track, but something has to connect through them. There is definitely a thread through them. You can tell through the lyrics, through the story that's going on. But there were some musical lows for me, especially when it tried to get too heavy.
Yeah.
Got a bit lost with
Was that Vic? Good old
yeah,
Vicky
yeah.
Vic.
Didn't
Worst track on the album.
love Vic so
Undeniably.
much. Evagria was a little bit wobbly as well.
Really?
Yeah.
That's unusual because I thought you'd like it. I actually really thought
Don't know shit, mate.
well, I don't know fuck all about you, do I? Love it, but the second album is better. What do you think is to come plot wise? I'd love you to sort of
Okay, I think
predict.
Okay, here's my predictions. Prediction 1, he meets Jesus. Prediction 2,
Jesus is a cunt.
Prediction 2, they start a funk fusion rock band.
Okay.
Prediction 3, They end up having sex and he leaves his girlfriend to get with the Son of God.
Okay.
Am I that far off?
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you. I think he'll go through the fires a little bit deeper.
Okay.
I think the next album will be much more dense. This was quite a poppy listen, to be honest. Poppy metal. I said that earlier on. I think the next album will be heavier, darker, and more challenging. I think there'll be much more of a challenge for the listener come part 2.
All I can say is wait for part 2 because it's a fucking doozy.
When are we doing part 2 though?
We're going to do it after your next one. So, listeners, we're going to make me the virgin next time and Rob's the whore. And we're going to listen to... Are we listening to a Cribs album? Is that what... Or have you not decided yet?
We're going to do a Cribs album.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so that's me completely in the new zone again with music. So, look forward to it. And then after that, I'll give you part 2 of this.
That was the Afterman Ascension, the first album in a 2-album parter from Coheed and Cambria. We will definitely look at Ascension for Sean's next Virgin and the Whore choice. Hope you've enjoyed this podcast. We've enjoyed doing it. We've had a bit of cider and a bit of cake and even a few Space Raiders thrown in just for good measure. From me, Rob Earl, Stereoloid. Right, do you want to reintroduce yourself and then say goodbye?
I'm Sean Ivy, alright. Nice one.
Right, and he's got his own channel coming soon. What's it called?
It's going to be called Contanimation. And it's going to be where I animate shit.
Thank you very much. Next up, we're going to do the Cribs, Ignore the Ignorant. Why not? Their 4th album with Johnny Marr on board. Their only album with Johnny Marr on board. They did a single after that called Housewife, but that's about it. Virgin and the Whore, out of here!
Pancake Fiasco.
Perfect.